All right. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news, so you don't have to. Let me put my other microphone right there. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
Well, let me show you. Let me see if I can show you without messing anything up. Yeah, baby.
Oh, nice. You broke your ankle or something.
Didn't break it. I have, hopefully I have a bruised heel and not a stress fracture. I was doing kickbox. You, Jake, you go jogging. You run on New York City concrete and your feet are fine. I'm kickboxing in my basement on soft padded. We have we put down pads.
Yeah.
And after 20 minutes, I started going, oh, that really hurts. I should stop moving around. Like I should stop jumping. Then, the kicking is fine with the front of the foot, but the heel. And then finally, I just stopped it. I woke up this morning and I was limping. So, yeah.
That'll
so there you
go. Weird twisting and stuff like that. It probably wasn't the floor so much as the twisting, right?
No, because it's on the heel. It's the heel. It's the pounding.
It's got you. So you you get like a bone spur or something like that?
I hope not. I hope it's just a bruise, but it could be anything.
Okay.
But
one thing that does help me in terms of being less sore on the joints and things like that, because once I really started running, but was still pretty heavy, I was getting really, like, my joints were getting pretty torn up. I started taking glucosamine every day.
I should add that to I take supplements. I take one for my heart. I take two for my heart. Well, no, I take cocoa powder. I'll look into it. That's the shark joint stuff, isn't it?
I don't know exactly how they make it.
Something has to die.
Ideas on it, But I know I was giving it to my dog, and humans take it too.
You are known for taking things that go to dogs.
That's right. I said, did somebody say for dogs? Crush it up and give me a rail of this stuff. And it turns out it works, I don't
know if you're noticing our comments. Hello, Lead Hit and Rich, and we already said hi to Mike, but you're getting comments for not being blue today or purple. Jake looks normal. We're getting no fake Jake. No CG.
I believe Sophie and Ken mentioned put on an orange light or something. And I noticed that my ring light has different settings. So all I did was change the ring light setting, because technically the camera is still very purple, but it's being balanced by the orangeness right now, which makes me look like a regular person, kind of.
Well, I look a little orange. I'm just using natural lighting. As I tell you, I sit right in front of the window, but either way. Oh, Lead Hit gives glucosamine to his dog as well.
Yeah, it's a super common thing, man. Dogs get it when they get old because
it's a picture of his dog,
joints and stuff, and old people as well. It's good for
that's us
arthritis in general. Yeah, I mean it's basically it takes down the inflammation, especially in joints, and that's what tends to make it all stiff and sore with arthritis. So yeah, take glucosamine. It's fairly cheap. You just take it every day, and it's not one. I will say it's not one of those where I know we were making jokes earlier about the ODing on the dog stuff.
Yeah.
It's not one of those where you just take a hit of glucosamine and your shit feels better. It's
right. You got to build it up. You got to take it for a month and you notice.
Yeah. You got to start noticing after a month, and then slowly you're going to start noticing it if you quit taking it.
Nice. All right, Jake, let's jump in. First thing I want to do today is comments. And we got a good one. I posted a mini clip. I've been chopping up our full podcast and posting mini clips. And I posted that RFK says that circumcision causes autism. And you know that when we make fun of circumcision, things happen. Well, Celtic Warrior 2 on TikTok. Hi, TikTok. You commented. Said that circumcision and I'm going to read it verbatim. So it's going to... and give brain damage to mutilated boys, causing them higher rates of depression, anxiety, and anger issues. That will be great for women, the USA, when they are subjected to rape, sexual assault, and domestic violence. So,
did he just blame all sexual violence on circumcision?
Yes, he did.
Dude, the circumcision conspiracy theorist, maybe my favorite conspiracy theorist on the planet. I mean, these guys are fucking nuts.
Everything,
all they got to do is stick with the show bullshit with Penn and Teller did an anti-circumcision episode. Now, I don't agree with anti-circumcision people because I think they're weird anteater dick freaks. But
I agree.
If they wanted, they made normal arguments on, well, for the most part, on the bullshit episode. It's like, hey, man, this is weird. If it didn't exist and I came up to you and suggested it, you'd say I'm out of my mind. This is basically a tribal trend from about 1 trillion years ago that went viral and made it into all the mainstream Harry Potter books from the Dark Ages that we still listen to and worship now and call all the other, religious practices, superstitions. And then we cut part of our kids' dicks off, right? Whereas I do it simply because that's what the dicks look like in porn. And I'm trying to give my kids employment opportunities. You understand? So they left that part out. But either way, they made like normal arguments, whereas this guy is sitting there going, and it causes autism, and it causes AIDS, and it makes people into rapey monsters. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know if bullshit handled this. I will say that when it came time to get my son circumcised, my wife was like, I think we should do it. Do you think we should do it? And I had a one-word reason for doing it. And maybe I was wrong, but smegma. I'm just like, cleaner. I mean, little boys cannot be trusted to roll back and wash. So just, clean. Now,
sure, I know that many Scandinavian cultures make soup with that stuff. And it's supposed to be very healthy and very good for your skin. You don't get a lot of zits when you eat it. But I still think it's gross, this smegma.
Well, according to Todd Rubel, hello, Todd, Brad Roberts' Crash Test Dude album, does a great rant on how circumcision takes away 90% of the feeling during sex. I am going to go on record, not having seen the rant, to say he is wrong, and I will tell you why. I come quickly enough as it is because I get overstimulated during sex. Like, oh, this feels good, and I'm done. I can't imagine, being done before I put it in because it just feel like, oh, I just rubbed and I'm done. I can't imagine.
That thing is either a lie or I didn't need most of the feeling. That's kind of what's going on there, man. Turns out I was doing it mentally the whole time. I don't know.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is it's $2,000. If they said something like, well, takes away like 10-20%. Maybe guys, you don't feel anything while you're fucking circumcised, guys. Yes, I do. I fucked before, you idiot. You anti-circumcision idiot. You realize most people are upset about actual problems going on, not this fucking circumcision bullshit. I'm telling you, Google these freaks. They walk around protesting. They'll have like.
I saw signs. They wear bloody. They wear all white with splotches of red. Lead says they did to stop sand buildup back in the day. I mean, that sounds reasonable. Like I said, smegma, dirt.
Yeah, if it was the year nothing and we lived in the desert.
Which is where they lived when they wrote those fairy tales. Yeah.
Maybe I'd be doing things different. Maybe I wouldn't go eat a pork chop later, but I'm gonna because I live in modern times with showers and refrigerators and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mike says kind of like eating pork.
Yeah. I mean, so it's like it's a cosmetic thing. You're not going to convince me that there's health benefits either way because, God damn it, we would know about them by now. We would know about all this stuff. You would have the uncut Vikings doing really, really well physically all the time, and then the circumcised people just falling the fuck apart. We've been doing this for so long. We would know the clear health benefit. You wouldn't have to be doing it. You wouldn't be having to throw out all this junk science. This is crazy.
I mean, it is what it is. This right here, there's an actual profession for horse smegma cleaners.
Oh yeah, dude.
I think one of the closest I've ever come to
I am a smegma cleaner, and my father was a smegma cleaner, and his father before him. You think you're too good for the family business, boy? You want to be an influencer? Get the hell out of my house. Granted, it's not very big because, well, I paid for it.
It's a niche market
of horses' dicks. It turns out we're the only job it's legal to pay less than minimum wage, even if you're a citizen. Did you know that?
What I was going to say is I do know that the episode of drinking horse cum of Jackass is the closest I've ever come to throwing up while watching that show.
Well, we're two ships passing in the night. I came. But yeah, I hear you.
One more comment, really quick. The other guy wasn't as fun, as all. He just said, "You two are fucking stupid assholes." But here's the best part: he spelled assholes, ASSHOELS, assholes. So he insulted us, but he spelled assholes wrong.
Hell yeah, dude! Nothing like calling somebody stupid and then misspelling a super common name in the same name
word.
I am a stupid asshole.
Well, we admit to it. It's in our title. We're idiots. So if you're coming at us, All right, first story. I wanted to ignore this. I did. I even told you I wanted to ignore it, but it kept going. Like the first time I saw it, I went, whatever, and then, get this ad off there. Kristen Bell dragged for, quote, unbelievably tone deaf anniversary post to husband Dax Shepherd. Bell, 45, captioned the snap, "Happy 12th wedding anniversary to the man who once said to me, quote, I would never kill you. A lot of men have killed their wives at a certain point. Even though I'm heavily incentivized to kill you, I never would." It's called dark humor. It's their relationship. She gets him, he gets her. That's why they're married. And of course, people that aren't married to either of them. Yeah. And they started screaming, oh my God. Speaking of domestic violence, they're like, I wish it had said in the article, like, oh, Dax is into domestic violence. He must be circumcised. That would have made these two the best stories. But that's a wildly and insensitive thing to say, considering it's domestic violence. Kristen, there's no way you posted this.
Drunk every night and then beats her over the head with his uncircumcised cock because he's angry and circumcised. Also, he wants to feel something out of that big nub.
That's covered in skin. That deadens the feeling. Yes, many like called the message weird and disturbing. And even left one fan questioning Bell as a person. Fuck off, all of you. I mean, I know this is now, whenever this happens, I say they find the 5 stupidest people and make an article out of it, and no one really cares. And that was my initial thought. But then it even gets to the point where Kristen Bell misses Today's Show appearance following Dax Shepherd anniversary post backlash. She was supposed to be on the Today Show promoting whatever the fuck she's doing. And because it blew up so big, she did not want to be questioned about it. So she just completely pulled back from an appearance so that they would say, so we understand you're in some hot water right now. And either she'd have to issue an apology. Oh, I'm so sorry that I married the man I love and we have the same sense of humor. Maybe it's twisted. Maybe it's dark. Fuck you. We get each other. But yeah, so God, people have so much fucking time on their hands.
I will say I blame her a little bit, though, just in that a lot of times, like posting jokes that you say out loud in written form.
Oh, sure.
We're going to be funny, And so I think I'm upset that she did it just because it made him seem less funny. Like he probably said that with some swag and some delivery, and it probably made her laugh a lot when he did it because, they were probably drinking. And he was doing a sarcastic, kind of sweet, dark humor thing.
I would never kill you, baby.
He was saying it with delivery and charm, whereas this is the cop reading Lenny Bruce's jokes in court. Just off of a transcript, and then they go, "Yeah, see, he's not funny." They're like, "Whoa, hang on, delivery's 90% of it."
It's the Bill Burr bit with no, stop. Stop. Right. And then you read it in court. No, stop. I said stop. No. Yeah, it's literally context. So yes, failing for that, but still, is it worth getting outraged over and screaming? Absolutely not. Solar asks, weird time to enter the stream. Maybe. Did you come in while we were talking about Dax or smegma, horse smegma? Because either one is. This is a good comment right here. Todd says, I only have an issue if they dress as Ike and Tina for Halloween. Now, would that be because of the abuse, or what if they went full blackface to dress as Ike and Tina?
That's a good point. You would probably get in more trouble than the blackface for the blackface than the domestic abuse thing,
They're a great couple. She was great covering Ferguson. They are a good couple. The only thing I don't like about him is I've had a crush on her in the past, so I'm angry at him for getting her instead of me. So that's, the only thing I have with them. She was in the movie you recommended. I didn't even recognize her.
Which movie?
Trekkies, I believe it's called. Is that Trekkies? No, not the one where they go on the journey. The kid has cancer, so they're going to go see the Star Wars.
That's
Fanboys. Yeah,
yeah, she was in that.
Well, it's funny because it's so old that I said, "Who is that? She's cute,
super young in that."
Yeah, and I pulled up like, "Holy shit, that's Kristen Bell!" I didn't even recognize her.
It's a great movie.
It's really good. I'm not going to lie to you. When I put it on, when you watch Fanboys, I thought it was a documentary when you were recommending it, and then it starts. I'm like, oh, this is an actual scripted movie. This is a film. I thought it was a documentary about someone traveling to see the. Yeah, no, it's good.
How about the last line though? The last line, because you're kind of thinking it the whole time.
You're thinking it the entire time, and then spoiler alert, everybody cover your ears. So there. A quick backstory. Movie Fanboys, it's a group of guys. One gets cancer. They're all Star Wars nerds. And so they're going to travel across the country to California to George Lucas's ranch to see was it the first prequel, episode 1? I think it was episode 1.
5 or whenever that.
Yeah. They're going to see episode 1 before it's released, before he passes away from cancer. And the very last line of the movie is, what if it sucks? And it's like, since it is a horrible, horrible movie,
right? And they keep making you, they keep prodding you to keep thinking that the whole time. Like when that, when the loan shark guy, whatever he was,
William Shatner wasn't William Shatner.
No. I'm talking about the guy who Seth Rogen played.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean,
like the pimp. He was a pimp, wasn't he? Yeah, he was a pimp with the escorts.
Up his shirt. He's like, look, I got the rebels on one side, I got the dark side on the other, and this is going to be the shit when the movie comes out. He's got like a giant mural on his back or whatever.
Yeah, Jar Jar.
Who the fuck would want that? Wow, but he got it before the movie came out, and he'd only seen the trailers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wow, that guy is going to be very disappointed with that. He is going to get that covered up harder than a guy with a prison swastika trying to get a job
elected in Maine. I thought you were going that way. He's that would have been trying to get elected in Maine.
I do like that the guy drunkenly accidentally got that SS skull and crossbow or whatever.
I haven't seen it. I thought I've read about it, but I haven't seen the picture. The article is they say it's similar, but it's not technically a Nazi thing.
It's
kissing cousins.
Not, but it's close enough that you go, the people who know would know,
right?
But it's not the exact it was blackened, like it's like different. But I could see how somebody who didn't really know what the hell that was, we go like, oh yeah, it's a cool little piratey thing, Whatever.
Now I'm thinking of the song Blackened by Metallica off And Justice for All, just because you said it.
Yeah.
Either way, Kristen Bell, Dax Shepherd, good couple. Leave them alone. Go fuck yourselves, crybabies. Go fuck yourself. All right. Trump is on a pardon sweep. George Santos got commuted, got out of jail, and he went on a couple talk shows and thanked him. And then Trump pardoned the convicted Binance founder, the CEO. And do you know anything about that story? Because I did. It's odd timing. I'm reading a book, and I had just finished a chapter on the IRS. First of all, the IRS. Did you know that they catch more pedophile rings, sexual predators, drug traffickers than anyone else?
I didn't know that. I mean, I knew a lot of it was they get them through the money and stuff. But.
Not just that. Well, they have an investigative wing. It's the Al Capone thing. Everybody knows that they got Al Capone on tax evasion, but it's Elliot Ness and the Untouchables that gets the movie.
Right.
But the investigative wing of the IRS is still out there. They call in the FBI and the authorities. It's not like they do have jurisdiction and they can make arrests, but they call for backup. But they still do the boring paperwork, computer work. So Binance, the CEO of Binance, they set everything up. It's a cryptocurrency exchange. And they said, all right, in order to operate in the United States, we are supposed to adhere to these rules. but we're not gonna, which means they uncovered that sex traffickers, pedophiles, just all drug trafficking everything horrible was going through Binance, and they were willfully ignoring it. Like, yeah, we're just not, it was don't ask, don't tell. They knew it was happening, and so they arrested him. He pled out, paid a fine, got sentenced to 4 months in prison, 4 months. And Trump just pardoned him because A, a lot of good people said he should be pardoned. That was the quote. And B,
by good people, I mean other white collar business criminals.
Right. But then the other part is World Liberty Financial, Trump's Bitcoin, happens to be hosted on Binance. And no, we're getting hearts over on TikTok. Thanks, TikTok. Whoever's actually paying attention, we appreciate it. But what is that? The Republicans were founded on, well, modern Republicans. It's all been about pedophiles, Epstein, pizza rings, whatever. But when he actively pardons someone that allowed kids to be hurt, big deal. And of course, this happened while liberal crybabies are all screaming, oh my God, he's renovating. He tore down the East Wing for an ugly ballroom. Yeah, he did. And it's ugly and you shouldn't be happy about it. But still, I would say bad architecture, pedophiles, like even widen that gap. And yet what we choose to be outraged about.
I disagree. I think Trump pardoning this crypto guy and George Santos is just like when Nelson Mandela got out of prison. I'll never forget where I was on this day. Finally, justice has been served. I mean, there are Nelson Mandela. Like most generations only get one Nelson Mandela, if any. We got two of them, and we got them both pardoned in the same week. Thank you, Trump. Appreciate that.
That's a God. You've changed my perspective on things. I have to appreciate it.
I mean, first they came for the crypto bros who were letting people buy kids on the dark web, and then fascism. I mean, this was like a slow, slippery slide into fascism.
And Andrew Tate. Yeah, Andrew Tate coming to the U.S. What does he have on Trump? Money. I honestly believe that he doesn't have anything on Trump because Trump and Epstein and all that happened.
Trump's making money with him.
Yeah, he's making money. He has money. That's what it is. It's simply a. But yeah, did I have? I did. Trump commutes former George Santos's prison sentence. I'd been sentenced to 7 years in prison. I like how the guy that Santos. He embezzled some money, he took donations. I mean, but when he did compared to pedophilia is nothing. He gets 7 years, but the guy that allowed for drug and armed just the whole 4 months. I mean, what a.
Well, yeah, but that's okay. Now, to be fair, though, that guy was like a few steps removed from that. You know what I mean?
True.
Like he was more just turning, if I understand it correctly, his organization was more just turning a blind eye to this stuff and kind of like letting it get traded under. He's more like the banker that is, laundering money for El Chapo. Not El Chapo actually saying, hey, go, cut this guy's head off or whatever.
Fair. Jake suggesting defending, in a way, pedophilia in a roundabout way.
That's right. So you take that pedophile's name out your motherfucking mouth. That's what I say.
Sold us out. Farmers outraged at Trump's Argentina beef deal. Jake, this is what I have not been able to find or figure out in any of the articles I have read. We're going to start.
You thought that last guy was doing shady stuff with meat, huh? This is crazy.
Here's what because I've looked through this article, I've looked through others. What a benefit. So beef prices are super high right now, right? And we're sending $40 billion to Argentina, and we're going to start buying their beef, apparently. Here are the two questions I have. One, why is the government involved? If we need beef, why doesn't a business, like it's always about, a private enterprise, why doesn't someone say, hey, you know what? I'm going to import Argentinian beef and sell that. I don't understand why the government has to get involved unless it's just, propping up the Argentinian government. But B, will this beef be subject to the tariffs he keeps applying to everything? Or is it going to get a pass and it's just going to be like, here's some money, give us some beef, here's some money? Because it seems like the latter. It seems like all we're doing is propping up a government that is failing, and a failing government that, seemed to be modeled on Elon Musk saying, cut everything, cut everyone, and fuck everyone.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just a matter of Trump is buddies with this guy and they got some kind of shady behind the scenes deals going on. I don't know if it's just a matter of, well, his sort of economic stuff kind of models mine with the tariff things. So I'm going to make it artificially prop him up to where my stuff is kind of looking better and people are less worried about what's the fallout of the tariffs going to be when they fully go in place. And then the more nefarious kind of tinfoil hatty part of my brain goes, is he looking for allies in the region in case he starts a war with Venezuela? Because it seems like he's really starting to go down that road with all these boat bombings and stuff like that. Is he going to use that as an excuse to invade Venezuela, claiming they're a narco state and they're sending drugs, so we have to install something else and then, take some of the oil for ourselves?
Well, I mean, the only problem I have with that is...
Or is he doing this because he's an angry circumcised man and it's making his brain go crazy?
The only problem I have with that is, and I'm not... I don't want this to come out the wrong way, like, oh, it'd be a cakewalk, but would we really need... You mean like moral support allies? Because I'm pretty sure we could take Venezuela. I'm pretty sure we could take Venezuela in a fight.
If you're going to occupy a place,
you need...
It's good to have countries allies, in regions where you can have a base.
Yeah,
it's not really under attack much.
Venezuela's up here and Argentina's down here.
Right, but they're on the same continent. You know what I mean?
They're on the same continent, but that's like saying, hey, I'm going to invade Maine. I need to put a base in California. I mean, there's some distance there.
There's some distance, but I'm saying...
We have bases in Panama, don't we still?
Yeah, does it end with Venezuela, or is he doing like a continent thing? Like, he might want more allies in the continent,
Trump stakes. Yes, that's why he's doing this. Mike Ashby has it. It's not to fuck the farmers over. It's not for the economy. It's not to pump up Argentina. It's because he can't stand failure. He's bringing back Trump stakes. This is how he's doing it. That's what it is.
Dude, how rough would it be if he started bringing his Trump stakes and it turned out that because of weird chemicals they use down there because it's less regulated, those stakes were indeed causing autism. But now RFK's in a weird spot. He's like, oh my God, it's for real this time, but like, I can't say anything bad about the Trump stakes. I guess I'll blame Tylenol and Advil for the autism.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? But then again, RFK is getting used to navigating that because remember, RFK is Mr. Health, and he had to take that photo at a McDonald's eating shit that he doesn't eat. Remember, during the campaign, he had to take a photo at McDonald's. Like, no, I love McDonald's, even though all they do is preach health. Give me a Whopper. Oh, that's Burger King. I meant a quarter pounder. No,
well, to be fair, you can't eat shitty food, a decent amount of it, if A, that's not your whole diet, and B, you're exercising on top of it, man. So it's like, I mean, I think if he would have confidently bit into that thing and been like, the moderation,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But I love the headline that it's sold us out. What did you expect was going to happen, farmers? And we've said this on the podcast before. I've said it a million times. 7 years, 2018. This is not like, oh, back in the 1700s, this happened when a president did this, or this is literally in 2018, Trump went into a tariff war with China. We lost. I saw a great picture, a post somewhere. It was a farmer ranting about how he was losing a farm and Trump was fucking him and he voted for Trump. And the person said, yeah, it's funny. I don't remember seeing any of these videos when Biden was president. It was like, for 4 years, he got things back on track and we were trading with China again and selling to China again. How short are memories? It's like, how short are memories?
You mean the real estate mogul with his name in gold on skyscrapers doesn't give a fuck about farmers? I don't buy it.
I did see, going back to the thing I said I'm not outraged about because I really don't care, the East Wing getting torn down in the Gold Ballroom. I saw a post that said it is funny. It said, fuck, it's like, how French Revolution is it to be building a gold ballroom when more and more people are going to food banks? I'm like, that's good, because food banks are saying they're seeing increased demand. They're seeing lines. We talked about it last week. The CEO of GoFundMe says that more people are using GoFundMe to pay for groceries instead of just, oh shit, this is an emergency. So yeah, and here we are.
I mean, and the thing is he'd been talking about that ballroom for a while. I never really looked into it much. I thought he meant like he was going to change like a room within the building that already existed around. Yeah. I didn't realize he was talking about like, no, I'm just going to tear a wing out of the White House and then build on an extension that's bigger than the actual White House, man. It's damn sure an ugly look. And look, I think the left is overblowing it a lot. That said, you guys on the right who are going, well, it's not a big deal. It's a ballroom. If Biden or Obama did this, you guys would be losing your fucking minds.
They did.
Fucking minds.
They did. I saw a post, and I remember this kind of, not really, but Obama did something with the basketball courts, like expanded or remodeled the because he played basketball. Right. And they lost their fucking mind. Like, oh, he's taking a weight room out for more basketball. How black or something like they did lose their mind.
This guy's tearing off like the entire east side of the White House. And I guess on a building that dwarfs it. And they're telling, it's whatever.
Well, and I don't really care. I don't, because I'm not a history kind of guy. Yeah, I think it's sad because this is going to be ugly. But apparently he did another end around executive order. The White House is supposed to be tended to by the Parks and Recreation Department. It's something to do. He doesn't have carte blanche, so he just signed an order and says, "Yeah, we're not going to do a study. We're not going to take a vote. We're not going to, just bulldoze it." And that's bullshit. But that's what he does. That is what he does. We talked about this during his first presidency. He treats the presidency like it's a corporation, and he's the CEO, and he just does what he wants. And it's like, if you haven't figured that out, you haven't been paying attention. It's not worth getting outraged over every goddamn time. I just think the next
Democrat that takes over has to do something insanely ugly to the outside of that fucking thing. Paint it rainbow colors just to piss off, just troll the shit out of the right. Like what? What? The president gets to do what he wants with the East Wing of the White House now, and now it's the Rainbow Wing.
Exactly.
It's just going to be a giant mural of a trans swimmer on the side of it. Suck on that.
The big old bulge in her onesie.
That's right.
All right, two more stories, and they're both pretty simple. This one I knew was going to happen, and it just made me laugh because the first time I saw it happen, I'm like, okay, whatever. And then the second, I'm like, oh, kind of like the Kristen Bell thing. Ace Frehley passed away, and it's funny because. No, it's not funny that he passed away. It's funny that I had a buddy. He had been talking about, I've been sober for years now. I've been sober for years. And I had a buddy that saw Ace live.
Let me interrupt you before the Ace thing. We got a comment from Cher on TikTok.
Oh, I don't see it.
The United States will never be the same. Shout out to Cher.
All right. Yeah. He saw Ace a little while ago and said he was drunk as shit. So it's that one thing, like, to find out he fell down and had a brain bleed. That's not good. But the whole point is, I saw several news articles that showed a picture of Ace's replacement, Tommy Thayer, in the montage of, oh, we lost Ace Frehley, except they're not showing pictures of Ace. And it's like, come on. I get it. They're both wearing the same makeup, but you could tell it's not the same guy. It makes me laugh.
But it's an easy mistake. You gotta.
I know. It's a 20-year-old that's never liked Kiss that just went yes. You like cobbled a bunch of pictures together.
Mistake, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's a band that's covered in makeup from head.
He doesn't look like Ace. You could tell that's Tommy. You look at it, you see it's Tommy. ABC News.
Bro, if the most famous guy from the Blue Man Group dies tomorrow, you really think you're not going to fuck up a couple of...
Those guys interchange all the time. These guys just changed one makeup guy to another, although...
Oh, come on now.
All right, final story. Jake, it's going to happen. I believe. I have faith. Petition to replace Bad Bunny with George Strait for Super Bowl halftime show. 1000. Jake and any or all listeners, commenters, I'm going to ask you a question. What number is bigger, 50,000 or several billion? Because Bad Bunny has billions of streams on Spotify.
I would counter that. It could have passed it by several billion.
I
don't know.
The petition asserts that the Puerto Rican superstar would not be able to, quote, unite our country, honor American culture, or remain family friendly. So you need George Strait to do all those things. Hey, people, can't you just... So on one hand, you have the people crying and screaming about Kristen Bell and Dax Shepherd, and on the other side of I want a free for all. I want to put all these crybabies that are in one room and turn it into a reality free for all fight. Like
now. And here's what I will say though: the people crying about Kristen Bell, a lot less widespread, and a lot less mainstream than the people who are fucking mad on the right about Bad Bunny doing the.
See, Rich is out early.
Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, it and there is, if I were to grant anyone a side, I would say domestic violence is bad. I don't try and I know I'm very brave right now in saying that. I don't try and champion myself, but yes, I will be brave. Domestic violence is bad. You're welcome. Should I get up and take a curse? Yes, they actually may have a point in.
We're going to start the podcast with an anti-domestic violence acknowledgement. Just kind of like they do the land acknowledgements.
But either way, my God, George Strait is past his prime. And as we've said a million times, guess what? They're looking for two different audiences. You have the football fans that are going to get up and walk around. You could remember what Super Bowls used to be back in the day when it was like and then someone created, I think it was Living Color, created instead of watching the shitty halftime show, we're going to do a live 10-minute sketch on Fox, and it blew up. So the Super Bowl said, oh, fuck, we need to start getting actual shows for halftime. And so that escalated it. Yeah, you can watch it. You can go to the bathroom. You can mute your TV. But to throw a fucking crybaby fit, we're losing our audio. No, we got the audio is very choppy, and Rocky says glitchy sound here. Hopefully, it's been good the whole time. Again, I can hear Jake clearly. Jake can hear me clearly.
I've been able to.
Solar Last says that it's fine, but we're bumping up against 40 minutes. So either way, stop crying about the Super Bowl. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. 1 hour special on YouTube. I'm thinking about filming a second one. It's been almost 2 years, and I've got another hour. We'll see. Yeah. It's expensive. Right. Fuck. Yeah. If you want to help me fund myself, you can go buy a t-shirt on my t-shirt store, or you can go check me out on Amazon and buy a book, download a book. Jake can be found at Jake, Vevera, Jake Vevera, on all social media. His special, Unalived by Dog Pills, can be found on YouTube. Next week, we will return with our new anti-domestic violence acknowledgement, which will take place at the beginning of every podcast. Because, as I said a minute ago, not just am I a brave man, but I'm bringing Jake in. Jake will take an anti-domestic violence stance too.
That's right.
We will both be brave together. All right, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the audio at the end.
Circumcisions cause choppy audio. It's a circumcision.